Hello and welcome to the stream. Today we're building the peak of masculine design, the ball. But more so I have... Actually, I don't need that up because that's now the title of the stream. But... let's get rid of that. But more importantly, I've actually, over the last 48 hours, watched all 26 episodes of Gurren Lagann. Which might piss off one or two audiences and the members of the audience. Not because they don't like Gurren Lagann, but because of the fact that I've been supposed to be finishing both ReZero and what is it, Gundam X for the last 2 months and 4 months respectively, and then I just watched 27 episodes of a completely different series. Over the last 48 hours, but you gotta understand, Gurren Lagann is peak, okay? I needed to rewatch it. It had a lot of good messaging in it. It's real good stuff, chat. If you haven't seen Gurren Lagann, you need to check it out. What? Oh, goodness. Before we get into anything, talking or building, we have to see our build. We have to do some prep. We'll have plenty of time to talk as we prep. You get 2 balls for the price of 1 gunpla, chat. Kind of just goes to show you how minor balls are, but at the same time, balls are massive. Ooh, I mean, like a gunpla is like this big, so like they're not that massive, but still a lot bigger than you'd think they'd be. Also, I remembered to turn on the VTube Studio before stream, unlike last week, where I was toast. But it's always one step forward at a time. Always moving forward like a drill. But is pretty much everything in this just... Yeah, everything in this is just doubled because it's a double build. Okay. Ooh. But first, what we're going to do... Oh, thank God it's here. We're gonna be doing some prep. Oh, wait a minute. Why? 1 minute? Let me get some tissue so we don't stain our surface. It's been a real long time since I've rewatched Gurren Lagann. I think it's been as long as since last time I had watched Madoka Magica. Both of them I hadn't watched in forever. Ooh, and both of them are some of my favorite animes for how they handle concepts such as persevering in the face of doubt, trauma, and always moving forward. Both real good. Sadly, they're also both those kind of animes because they're really good. Ooh, and other people don't watch other things of their genre. They just go like, well, they're good because they're deconstructions. I was like, no. No, the whole standing before oblivion themes of both Madoka Magica and Gurren Lagann. You can find those actually quite often in both, Magical Girl and Super Robot. Oh, I just realized. Give me 1 minute. There we go. Let's bring this chat down here so you're parallel. I don't know why it does that. Ooh. I don't know why I did that. Oh goodness, it's not coming up. But that's why we have lighter fluid. Where is the lighter fluid, by the way? Not a Gunpla streaming until that's said. Do that every stream. I don't know. Actually, if I want to talk about Gurren Lagann, I should probably have my phone because that's where all my notes are. Oh god, there's a lot. There's a lot of notes. I always forget somehow that Gurren Lagann opens with like a scene from later on in the series. Ooh. I somehow always forget that. That the first thing we see in Gurren Lagann is actually pretty much like scenes from the final few episodes. Ooh. Did it? Those are my better sprue cutters. But it still holds up. When did Gurren Lagann come out, now that I think about it? It's pretty old now that I think about it. Let me see. Gurren Lagann. God, 2007 was a good year. My god, 2007 was a good year. You got Halo 3, Gurren Lagann. A lot of peak happened in 2007. Oh my god. I know there are some other things. I can't think of them right now, but... Yeah. Simone is... Not Simone, sorry. Kamina is such a man. Is such a man's man. Ooh. Literally everything he embodies is pretty much just idealism. Is like the vision of what you want to be. He is the ideal in many ways, which is also why he can't make it to the end of the series. Because he's more the spark of inspiration. more than anything, but as you go through and watch the series, you realize that he doesn't have a plan at all. But he has a lot of heart, though he doesn't have a lot of head. The funny thing about Kamina, spoilers by the way, when he dies in episode 8, I've said this on stream before, but when he dies in episode 8, I never got to saw that because I watched it on Netflix originally, and Netflix just didn't have it. Just didn't have Gurren Lagann at all. So Netflix didn't have, it had Gurren Lagann, but it did not have episode 8. It just skipped right to episode 9. So from my perspective, it's just Kaiman is just like, oh hey, the big final battle on the Die Gurren, and then the next episode, he's dead, and it's like, wait, what? Just got set up for work. How is it going? Ooh. I love Gurren Lagann. It's God, was it my 4th or 5th rewatch of it? It's such a great series. It's a series that I should really rewatch more often. Actually, the part that got me to cry, it didn't get me to cry, mostly because the emotional weight of, there's no emotional weight of having first seen it, because again, I never saw that episode. It just skipped that episode and I was super confused. So there's no emotional weight from when I was younger, and watching it now, I'm like, damn, that's rough. But I'm not crying. But the scene that actually got me to cry, a scene did get me to cry in Gurren Lagann. And it was when I first watched the show. It was Nia. It was the final scene with Nia. I don't want to spoil that one, because that's so late in the series. But the final scene with Nia, that got me to cry. Which was really impressive, because at the time, I did not like the show, actually, the first time I watched it, because I didn't understand the show. Ooh. So when I was real young and I watched it, I didn't understand it, and I didn't like Gurren Lagann the first time. But I still cried at the ending because it just hit those points. Because though my brain didn't understand it, my heart did. But the scene that got me to cry on the rewatch was not the Nia scene. Actually, it's surprising. I don't think I actually cried during the Nia scene now that I think about it during the rewatch, this rewatch. But the scene that got me to cry was Viral's dream. Ooh, that scene got me to cry when they're all leaving the world of Fantasia, when they're leaving the fantasy. And it just goes and we see Viral's dream, and his dream is just to is effectively just to be a spiral life form. The one thing he can never be, you know, and have a family and have a legacy past himself. But he is a singular being in a universe full of beings that are part of a greater whole. Viral is probably the most tragic character in all of Gurren Lagann for that. Ooh. Dude, balls are great. That's what, when I saw you, Neon, I was like, wait a minute. And I looked immediately over to Twitch and you weren't there, and I was like, oh, thank God. I thought I missed you, man. Ooh. I'm looking at both. I have them parallel. Ooh, I've been keeping Twitch and YouTube parallel more so I don't miss chats as much. But yeah, we're just talking about Gurren Lagann because I watched it. I finished rewatching it today. Haven't watched a single Gundam X episode in 4 months. Watched the entirety of Gurren Lagann in 2 days. Somebody in my community hates me for that. I'm sure of it. Gundam X is really good, but Gurren Lagann, it just hits those emotional beats. Ooh. What I do like rewatching it though is appreciating how everything that happens in like the first, I want to say the first half, but it's actually the first 15, no, it's the first 16 episodes, is reflected in the last 10 episodes of the series. Ooh. Like, it all just happens again. They just retell the same story, just on a grander scale, but it goes a lot more quickly. It takes half the time because they don't need all the setup of the first half, because the first half was all the setup. So they can just go down and hit those same emotional beats, but with like double, triple, and quadruple the force that they hit you with originally. Not your thing? Ooh. Maybe I can sell you on it, because it's a real, it's you're a real robot fan, you're watching Gundam. It's not a real robot, is what the thing you have to appreciate about it. Is it's not trying to be real robot at any point. It's a super robot anime. And it carries itself completely on its messaging and its themes. Like, all the tension in the series is built up by the power of will, and who has stronger, you know, just will and hope for what their ideals would carry them through. From beginning to end. And it has some beautiful, beautiful themes. It's very simple themes, too. The kind of symbolism of Gurren Lagann is summarized in... I don't think I was doing that on camera, I'm sorry. Is summarized in a drill. Because a drill always moves forward, increment by increment, turn by turn. And it can never go backwards, it can only go forwards, and that's pretty much just the entire theme of the series. Is that you have to always be moving ahead. You always have to be just moving that little bit forward. That you can't look back on your past on the what ifs, could have beens, and if onlys. Because the only reality, the only truth you have is the choices you have made. And if you throw out any of those choices, then you throw out all of your choices that you've made along your way. Because the you are is the you chose to be through those choices. Gurren Lagann's pretty funny itself. If you give it a chance, it's very funny because it's just having a piss take. I think it wasn't it like one of Trigger's first animes or something? Ooh. But yeah, I usually don't watch Super Robot either. But I still really love Gurren Lagann. Let's see here. That part. Gurren Lagann is just a fantastic story for what it is. And from beginning to end, it just, again, all it does is just have these core set of themes that it reinforces over and over and over again, but it works because it keeps escalating things with every reinforcement. So, like, at the beginning, of Gurren Lagann, they're just in a hole, man. They're in a hole, and there's a ceiling above them, and they're like, well, there's just no hope, there's no light in the world, there's nothing. It's like, use your drill, dig up through the firmament, dig up into the heavens, and once they get to the heavens, there's only they can only go up. They can only go forward. The entire message of the series is, again, moving forward. Megalobox? Oh, that was a recommendation. Ooh. I misread that comment, actually. I don't think I've heard of, I know Megalomart, but I don't know Megalobox. I'll have to look into that. But I'm gonna have to finish ReZero and Gundam X before I do that. Want some level of seriousness with my robots? Gundam has spoiled me. Some things I can understand that, but I mean, the story of Gurren Lagann does try also to be like very serious in what it's doing. Ooh, it still has tension. I mean, at one point it's literally like, oh hey, all of humanity's gonna get wiped out, and it's like, Jesus Christ, why? 'Cause you're too uppity, and it's like, wait, what? They literally fight a nihilist at the end. If you're ever like been online and you just see like some like dude who's like just a black silhouette with a white outline, he has like a mouth that has like 3 points instead of just, you know, 2 points at either end. If you've ever seen that, just the guy who's just a black silhouette with a white outline that's like a sketch outline, that's the anti-spiral. He is very important in Gurren Lagann. And it's just nihilism. That's all it is. In its plainest, simplest form. It's just defeatism. It's just hopelessness manifested as a character. And it goes so hard when they confront it. Ooh. It would be... You wonder what would the G-Quack's ball look like? It would be a cube. That's what it would look like. It would be a cube. I can't imagine anything else. It ain't having smooth sides. I wouldn't believe it for a moment. I'm looking to see if there's really anything I can prep. I can prep these parts, but I don't know if I want to. Might just go into building now that there's not a lot of. It's a ball. It's a pretty simple build, chat. There's not a lot of prep on it. Let me find the anti-spiral is so good. I love it on Twitter. Whenever somebody says some real nihilist stuff, one of two things happens. They either do the smiling friends meme where it's just like where it's the boss putting a gun to the head of a nihilist, and the nihilist going, no, 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 I want to live, I want to live. Or it's just the anti-spiral when somebody is being a nihilist on Twitter. They just put the anti-spiral down, just like, man, you sound stupid. Oop. Cool Beans recently finished watching Transformers Victory, and I see... Oh. Wait. I don't know Transformers Victory, actually. Hold up, I need to... What am I doing? Oh, I'm trying to look for the lighter fluid to clean off pieces we have here. Oh, there is a little bit of prep we have to do. We have to paint the cockpit, as you can see. We need to paint that black so it stands out a little more. Anti-Spiral is just a hater, pure and simple. He's literally like, what's that? You want to advance? Well, advancement breeds entropy, which will lead to the end of the universe. Nah, you gotta die. It's just like, won't that happen anyways? Like, he's the opposite force of spiral energy. Spiral energy will result in the collapse of all things, but all anti-spiral will do is cause the just entropy of the universe. It would cause just the dissolution and spread out of everything. And that's the tragedy kind of that character, is that he's just the opposite problem. And I am losing my mind, because I don't, for once I've actually lost the lighter fluid, chat. Which is really concerning, because that's lighter fluid. I've lost lighter fluid. It's in a big white bottle. It's highly flammable. This is a problem. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of the big 3 Japanese. Okay. Here, funny. What if the GQ image of a gun cannon? Ooh. What if they had to mass produce gun tanks so they're just flying through space? Jesus Christ. I love the gun tank flying through space. It's so silly. It's just like, well, we're going to space now. Like, we're going back to space. Just put some rockets on it. I don't know where it is. This is unironically a bad thing. on multiple levels, because I don't want it to be leaking and to soak a bunch of things in lighter fluid. But I can't find it. I'll have to find it off stream. That's really concerning. That is very concerning that we don't have lighter fluid at all. Oh no. That is bad. Oh shit. Okay, let me get back to reading. You have Headmaster, Super God, Master Force, not Master Race. Feels more Sentai inspired. Then you have Victory, Big Robot. Okay. How to stop a villain in anime. Press pause. So press pause, yeah. What happened? I have lost my lighter fluid and I have no idea where it is. The lighter fluid I use to clean off gunpla when they smudge. This one I think will have a better show. When they get a little dirty and they smudge like this, I use lighter fluid to clean them off. I have no idea what I did with it, and I'm gonna have to find it after stream because I just don't know where it is. That's a really bad thing. That is. Oh, I found it actually. It was right here. I found the lighter fluid, chat. Everything's okay. It's where it should never be. It was on the computer, one of the worst places for it, but I found the lighter fluid. Oh, Jesus. Why was it there? Oh, just hit the pause button. The anti-spiral literally tried to do that to the main characters of Gurren Lagann. He tried to hit the pause button on them, and they were just like, nah. We ain't getting paused. We ain't stopping for nothing. We're drills, baby. Drill, baby, drill. We're moving forward no matter what. Oh, my. Blame it on the Gurren glasses. I can't see a thing with these glasses on, man. How did Kamina ever survive a battle with these glasses on? Oh, wait. Okay, now we can do some cleanup. That was what, like 5-10 minutes of me just not knowing what the hell's going on? God, fucking Gurren Lagann glasses. So absurd. So cool, though. Idea for a gun tank mass production design will be normal gun cannon. Sorry. Will be normal gun cannon. RX-70 head, legs, and arms. It can transform into a gun arm. I kind of am a little upset that there's not more love for things like gun tanks in Mobile Suit Gundam. I understand that the gun tank is kind of meant to be a transitionary form for mobile suits. But I don't know, just having like a super heavy ground type that has to use treads. I feel like you could like have it work in some circumstances. It's more the fact that I can't think of alternate universes that really do it. You get like the... Kinda, you get it in Gundam Wing with the Zaku-likes, I forget what they're called. But there you have like kind of gun tanks of their designs. Now the pallet, I need to grab the pallet. Eh? Okay. RTX 44, the gun tank, yeah, the MS-18, they had it, but that's still Universal Century. Ooh, but that is, I do like the mass production gun tank though, in that how it looks and how it's pretty vulnerable overall. And I think this paint's dried. It's a good design. It looks nice. They get riggedy wrecked though, but I like that. I like the idea of like specialized mobile suits that need protection from other ones. There's also that artillery mobile suit from Stardust Memories. I forget what it's called, but it looks super unique. Ooh. There's like... I know there's gun tank successors, but I'm just trying to think of like alternate universe versions, because I can think of a lot of things in Universal Century. I can even think of those like little like... There's like these really small, like they're only like half the size of a mobile suit normally, and they can like turn into like a tank, like a transformer. Like those are like a gun tank successor, but I'm just trying to think of like alternate universe like versions. It's not like a Zaku or the Gundam, where there's always a version of it in every alternate universe. I'm looking for my brushes. Balls! Yes, balls. We are being very slow about building the ball because we lost some things. This is a very unorganized stream, I'm beginning to realize. There's the paint brushes, the very important paint brushes. Ooh. Oh god. There's... God damn it. Speaking of spray, there's actually bug spray on these little on the brushes, which is not good. Okay. Let's just get these seats done and then we can start the building. Is it the Ioto? Is the little tiny gun tank? Is that what it is? Honestly pissed at learning how the Star Saber's design slaps and seeing how much... Ooh, damn. Okay. Alright. Damn it. Closest thing you can think about is the, Yeah, I knew this... Yeah, the, Seed also has a... Yeah, I thought there was one in Seed, I couldn't remember. But yeah, it has like a... It does also have like a... I think that's also a transformable one where it's like legs can become treads. Not that that like would disqualify, I'm saying just like for... Ooh, just for comparison with the other ones. Red Gundam still has the core fighter, still... That's true. Do we get to see a core fighter in G-Quacks? I can't remember if we ever get to see a core fighter in it. There's like elements to it that makes it look like it has a core fighter, I remember, but I can't remember if it has a core fighter. No, sorry, the Loto. It's a lowercase L, okay? They look the same on a monitor. I'm sorry. There's also the museum piece. Yes, I do remember that there's a gun tank in the museum. That's a kind of nice trip down memory lane. What is that? Is that in F95? Also, let me make sure my mic is at the right volume. You know, honestly, I thought that was going to be a lot messier than it turned out to be. That turned out pretty well. I'm happy with that. They kind of had core fighters. I thought they had something. Thank you. Is it F91? I have it on my shelf. I always call it F95 instead of F91 or whatever it's called. I'm just incompetent. Give me 1 second. F91. Why do I call it F95 every damn... Sorry for... Oh, I almost cursed there. Why do I call it F95 every time? But it's at the opening of one of the, of one of the post-Char's counterattack is like they're being attacked and they go into a museum and it has like a Zaku in it and some other things. Sorry about that. God damn it. I don't know how I always forget. It's on the shelf. I can just look over it. I call it F95 for some reason. There has to be a jet or something that I'm getting it confused with. But I don't know any F95 jet. I also need to finish G Quacks, whatever. Damn, that's fine. Now that it's finished, I think today was its final episode. I've watched, actually I think up until episode 6, so maybe I should finish that tomorrow. You know, it's always a great feeling when you realize that you didn't pour yourself any water. Do I have water to pour? I don't know if I do. I do, chat. Okay. And do I have anything to... I don't need to. Okay. And with that, we can finally start the building process. Probably really almost an hour in. But these are probably only going to take like an hour. Only like 45 minutes in, but whatever. 44, whatever. 40 something. Like 10 minutes of that was the pre-stream, so really it's probably only like half an hour. You're right, tomorrow is the last episode. Okay, so I know how I got confused on that, because I was like, it comes out every Tuesday, and what it is people in Japan already have the episode. That's what it is, or something like that. Or it's already Tuesday for certain people in the world, rather. Because I remember seeing, like, somebody post about it, and it's like, oh, it's Machu Tuesday, and I was like, okay. I didn't really pay it much mind, but yeah, it's Monday still. But some people are, it's already Tuesday for, so some people are already getting excited for it. I don't know if it's been released yet, but it's already Tuesday for some people in the world. They're getting lucky. Oop. You smartass, it is Tuesday today. It is Tuesday today because it's 12:17. But not if you're in Mountain Time or Pacific Time. Not if you're in an inferior time zone. Ooh, suck it, Texas. And California. All the people in inferior time zones, it's still Monday for them. There we go. Okay, so A. Honestly, I don't think these instructions look very good on screen, so I need to get like something where I can just have the instructions off to the side and just turn the page. I need one of those things that like people have at like musical concerts, what like an orchestra has, that they can just turn the page. I need one of those just right next to me. Oh, that reminds me, I still need to... Well, I'm not going to do it until after this week, because this week we have a watch-along for The Thing. Ooh, because it's the first week of summer, and The Thing takes place during the first week of winter in the southern hemisphere, which is the first week of summer. In the northern hemisphere, we're going to be on Saturday watching John Carpenter's The Thing, which I'm super excited for. But... my brain just malfunctioned for a minute there. But after that, I need to find people to invite to the Whiplash watch-along. That's one I'm really excited for. Hopefully, the guest of honor can join us. for the Whiplash watch along. That's Area Lulu, because I was like, oh, she has musical background. She's gonna love Whiplash. She's gonna love J.K. Simmons. She's gonna love all the tension building up. But I want to get more than just one guest. I just want to get at least 3 musical artists on board for Whiplash, just so they're really all uncomfortable watching it. Because that movie, again, is just tension, building, building, building. Every scene, visually and auditorily, is just building in tension, like just building, 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 just ready to snap at any moment. We come for the build, not reading the manual. Okay. Let's see here, A13? Or is this A? This is B. I don't know my alphabet, chat. Right, there's 2 sprues for everything. How could I forget? There's technically only 2 sprues, they're just repeated in this kit. Ooh, okay. A13, A4. Counting and letters, a VTuber's greatest weakness. Don't treat your balls like that, man. Oh my god. Wait. What? Wait. What? Why is there 2 4s? Oh, what? What? Oh my god. This entire kit. This entire kit's gonna kill me. I can already feel it. Okay, because there's double... Because all of this is ×2, but then there's ×2 sections in the ×2. So this is like I have to cut out like 4 of these. So this would be like ×4. It's okay. It's a little confusing. I'm gonna have to be thinking while building. Unheard of, I know. Why are these clear plastic, I wonder? Oh. Yeah, there's two balls, but the thing is, it's only treating it like it's one build. So I had assumed when I opened up the kit when it says ×2 here, I thought that meant that the whole kit's multiplied by 2. No, it means that this part is ×2 because it goes here and here. So the whole kit's ×2, but it only reads as one kit, as one build. So I'm gonna have to keep that in mind throughout building it. So time zones are weird. I do want to add though, there are some time zones that are in between time zones, which are there are time zones that are half an hour offset from all other time zones, which I only found out recently because a friend of the channel is in one of those time zones apparently, and I guess they just have to be really northern. I don't really know how you have a time zone that's half an hour offset, because normally time zones would go by hour, but they have to be in the Arctic Circle or something. I don't know what's going on with them. I didn't really pry because I figured that that's such a unique time zone that it would be doxable information potentially, so I was just I ain't gonna pry on that, but so I couldn't tell you if I wanted to what time zone that is, but I learned that there are time zones that are in between, and I ain't saying who's in that time zone either. Gurren Gurren Lagann is appreciated for being kind of like the first Studio Trigger animation and whatnot. Ooh, and for its time having like really nice animation. It's aged, of course, because this animation has gotten better, like in the digital realm, so to speak, that they've been able to do more since Gurren Lagann came out with the tools that Gurren Lagann was using. But I gotta say, the soundtrack is pretty killer in Gurren Lagann, and I don't think it's enough love. People always think of like the pieces of music that are kind of stand out in it. Like there's some rap parts of the soundtrack and whatnot, but most of the soundtrack is very classical, orchestral, and very stirring and emotional pieces. Oop. There we go. Actually, thinking about it, another anime that I should probably give a rewatch to around the same era as Gurren Lagann would be Baccano. Oof, Baccano pretty good. Baccano's a story about just immortals being crazy immortals, effectively. Ooh. I don't want to spoil Baccano. It's a bit unique. It's also not a complete story. It's only like the adaptation of the first like 1 or 2 volumes of the light novel or manga. I don't know which one it was. Actually, going back to Gurren Lagann, there was one moment that hit me real hard while watching it. I said how like Viral's moment was the one that got me to cry a little. But let me see. Let me real quick look at this. Okay. But a moment that got me, that hit me hard, was a moment where a character... Ooh. So as I said, let me just start over. As I said earlier, the show likes to like reinforce its themes and messaging by like replaying the same concepts over again in the second half of it, but because it already has all the setup. No, hold on. It is a spoiler, but I'm gonna talk about its themes, not the specific scene. So there's scenes that happen throughout Gurren Lagann that are repeated in the second half, and it doesn't have as much build-up because the first half of the season was the build-up. The first half of the show was the build-up, so as I said, they could just cut to the point. And there's a character in the first half of the season who's really questioning like what he's doing, and I'm questioning what I'm doing right now and how this is not aligning at all. But he's like questioning what's happening. He's like, what's the point of it all? Ooh, if he's having kind of he's struggling through something, and another character comes over in his struggle and literally knocks sense into him. He literally punches him in the face and says, "Let me see you grit those teeth." And it's about not thinking about, like not worrying about how you may fail, but moving forward. And I don't know why this isn't aligning up and it's pissing me off. But it's about moving forward and persevering. And later in the series, there is a scene, that scene is replicated in a far more like darker fashion, which I won't go into detail because again, spoilers. But it's a character who's at the end of his rope and he's understands all the mistakes he's made to get to that point, and he's dwelling on his mistakes. He's dwelling on what he's done wrong. And again, a different character comes up and pretty much stops him from, doing something that I can't say on YouTube, and says the line, "Let me see you grit those teeth," and hits him. Ooh. These are cameras. I thought these were portholes. And but he hits him, "Let me see you grit those teeth." And he hits him, And the whole point of that is the second time around, the first time around, the message is don't dwell on what you can't do, dwell on what you can do and move forward. And the second time around, it's don't dwell on your mistakes and lead yourself to making greater mistakes in the process. It's just, they just, again, recycle the elements of the story to both reinforce the messaging, but also tell it in a new fashion. It is a porthole, but like, the cockpit's right there. You can't see nothing out of that little porthole. I don't know, I feel like the proportions of this thing is a little weird. Okay, so that's a problem that happens to a lot of people, is what I just read from that. You're also struggling with the... You saying like, oh, you too? You struggle with this? Okay, that makes me feel a lot better in all honesty. Let's see here. Instructions. I don't need to cut those off at all yet. But I'm still cutting them off because I'm stupid. Actually, a funny thing about Gurren Lagann is, after watching the first half, I completely forgot about, I think it's episode 26, the penultimate episode. I just watched them, so I should know. It's the penultimate episode, episode 26. And that's the episode that has, like, literally the line about how, don't concern yourselves with the what-ifs, the could-have-beens, the if-onlys. Just move forward and always progress. It's that episode. And I need to get this out, surprisingly. But before I had rewatched that episode, I forgot that message, but I remembered it on some level, because 20 hours before I watched that episode, I literally posted that on my Twitter. And while watching the episode, I was just like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I said this earlier. I'm gonna cut off both of these. But it's just one of those shows, though, that, like, while you're rewatching it, before you even get to the points that you, like, have seen, you remember them on a certain level. Because again, it's just an emotional story that hits you on those levels. It hits you on those deeper emotional beats. It stays with you at your heart, at your core. And B10. Oh, there it is. No, not the front. Not this big one. Not right here. I was talking about these little things on the side. Ooh, this one's a porthole. I know the one that goes here. These parts are going to go together, and then they're going to have a... I don't know where it is. And then this is going to go over top of it, and this is a porthole. Ooh. I don't know what those are. They have like little window glass, so I don't know if they're Verniers, thrusters. These are thrusters, I know that, but I don't know. My life is a lie. Everything's a sham. But B? And oh, there's the other one. I mean, a Vernier is a thruster. It's just that Gundam fans like to use the word Vernier because it sounds fancier. But they're all thrusters in the end. Vernier is literally, I just think it's just a French word for a maneuvering thruster, if I remember correctly. But it does sound nice, which is why I also use it. So usually they're called retros in the West for retro rockets, which just means retrograde rockets, which are meant to be braking rockets, but they're just used for maneuvering terms as well. It's all a little bit cumbersome. Sci-fi kind of just likes to have certain terms, and it's just like when you look into it, you kind of realize it's just everything's kind of just made more complicated because it sounds nicer. That's a lot of sci-fi, really. Oh god, the scene where it kicks a ball into a what is it? A gym. That's just a brutal scene. God, the original Gundam is so brutal because like after the original Gundam, we still get to see people die horrifically, but the scene in like the original Gundam where the Gundam literally throws its shield into the cockpit of a Zaku, and we get to see inside the cockpit as the guy gets crushed alive by the shield. It's just like, you didn't have to show us that. Oh, you little bastard. Oopsie. Why would you do this? Why would you? Oh my, I hate it. I now officially hate this build. This gate is on a piece that you're not supposed to cut off. Why would you design it like that? What? Why would you just? Oh my goodness. Now I'm gonna have to find what I just cut off. Which part has it? Which part is it? Is this it? This is it. And I have to glue this back on, as awkward as that is. So we need to glue this back onto this. Wait. Back onto this. Yeah, some in the plastic cement. I also need to summon the tweezers because how tiny it is. That is one of the worst gate placements I've ever seen. Because normally it's like, oh hey, don't cut off this piece because, you know, it's like really small and it looks like it might be a gate or something. But literally, they have it connected to the gate. Whose idea was that? I'm gonna have to really figure this one out. I'm not really sure. It's so tiny. I'm not really sure how I'm going to put it back on. And it fell on the floor. Well, that's gone forever. There's no way I can find that. Yeah, I kind of thought about that as soon as it hit the floor, and the first thought that went through my head is I should have just put it together, then like tried to fit it in. Well, that's something I'm gonna have to deal with after stream. I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin. Hello, first time super chatter. Please don't be a bot. It is the high grade ball, and thank God you're not a bot. Hello, 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 hello. Ooh. Sorry, I'm just so used to it. It's like buy free chatters or whatever. It's like, oh my God. But welcome. I hope you're having a good day, Super. Yeah, I'll look for it later. I don't think I'm gonna find it, but I'll look for that piece I just lost after stream. We're in a very casual build right now. This goes on like that. Oh, good. The thing is, I have dual chats up with YouTube as well. So for me, I always have to like be looking back and forth. So like I always have to double take for first time chatters because of that. And every now and then, like when I see like a new chatter or something, I'm always like, ah, yeah. And I'm always like excited to say hello to someone new. But over time, you just get so worn out by just like, hello, I am a robot. And it's like, I fucking just... God, if the anti-spiral wanted to breed just hopelessness and complete absolute despair, he should have just sent chatbots at... He should have just sent chatbots at the Earth. Oh, it would have broken their will within a week. No, I'm not nearly tired enough to do a crash out build. Well, I've just made like a few mistakes. I've just lost lighter fluid and, you know, cut off a piece that wasn't supposed to be cut off. We haven't done anything terrible yet. We haven't like... I've done worse on stream before, I'm sure. Don't check or nothing. Oh, that sucks. You lost the one part that you can't do without. Aw, damn. For a month, I lost the V-fin for my... what is it? For my Gundam Death Scythe. For just a full month, I just didn't have the V-fin for it because it just fell off and I couldn't find it anywhere. And then by the grace of God, I just discovered it and I was like, okay, I'm gonna put you in a bag until I can glue you on. And now it's just in a bag with his spare hands and whatnot. I know where it is. I still have it. But yeah, for a whole month, I just lost the V-fin for the Death Scythe. And because it has a unique V-fin, you can't replace it with a different Gundam's V-fin. I was looking at chat while trying to casually push this in, and I realized it wasn't aligned. It's rough, but at least I was able to find it eventually. The shoulder piece. I wasn't able... Actually, speaking of V-fins, the RX-78 Gundam The Origin, I lost the red thing on its forehead. Never found that one. Never found the red forehead piece, so I had to replace it with a different RX-78 red forehead. But the shoulder... I think I did. I think I found that shoulder piece. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, but it sounds familiar enough where I want to say yes. So actually, speaking of the RX-78 Gundam The Origin, the high grade was the one that was missing the red thing on its forehead. My apologies, I just cut off a piece and it flew at my face. Jesus Christ. Okay, that caught me off guard a little. But the Arc 78 fell. 1 second. Let me check. I'll check that in a moment. But let me. That's 5 feet. Wait, no. That is 5.5 feet. Okay. Yeah, it fell 5.5 feet onto hard floor. So I need to double check and make sure that thing's okay at some time. I knocked into the display case and it just fell off. I have all the, wait. Yeah, I got that piece. I'm actually just looking at him now to make sure that he's not damaged. Like, he's missing his arms and whatnot, but that's because his arms fell off. But they're all in one piece. But I've realized that he should not be at the top shelf. He should be at one of the lower shelves, like... Because something like the Nightingale should be at the top shelf, because nothing is gonna knock over the Nightingale. That thing cannot be knocked over. I've had things fall on the Nightingale, and it was just like, whatever. Okay, I'm a little upset right now, and I'm gonna explain what I mean, and that's the fact that I slept in today, so I thought I could do a later stream today and it would be fine. But I didn't count on the fact that, you know, watching Gurren Lagann was actually technically tiring for my brain. Remember when you made a joke about crashing out? Yeah, my brain's doing that. My brain's doing the thing from 2 weeks ago. When... Ooh, it's doing the thing from 2 weeks ago. When it just, starts shutting down. Because my eyes keep defocusing in unison, which is actually extra bad, and I'm a little upset about that. Ooh. I'm looking at this, and I'm a little perplexed. Like this, right? Am I correct there? Yes, yes? Yes? No? Yes. I did crash over the ribbon. I did crash out over the ribbon. I thought it wasn't a ribbon for the longest time. I thought it was part of the horn. Ooh. I thought that was part of Aries' horn for the longest time. Cause it didn't move. It didn't move like the rest of the head. But finding out, no, that's just a ribbon part. It's because it's like behind her horn, but then the ribbon, like the thread of the ribbon goes in front of her horn, while everything else, the ribbon and the hair itself, is all behind her horn. That's the one part that's in front of her horn, and it drives me insane. It's just... Do I have the area? I don't have the area up. I can't bring area up to show people who don't know. But there's a friend who I drew, and for months I was getting her design wrong because I didn't understand that a ribbon wasn't part of her horn. And we are back at this phase of building, I see, where I am confused. It's having alignment issues. We're having alignment issues, chat. It's fine. I'm happy that you were entertained by it, because I was drunk as hell on melatonin at that point. I do not drink alcohol, but I do get drunk on melatonin because I don't go to sleep. For the love of God, just go in. Why? Why are you like this? Just go in. Just for the love of God, go in. You go on, now. Go in. Okay. It went in. Now, go in. Go in. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's the piece. It's the receiving piece. Well, my favorite mecha show is probably Gundam overall. Oh, I mean, Gurren Lagann is Gurren Lagann is probably my favorite mecha, but my favorite real robot is Gundam. Though right now it's testing me because I wanted the balls because I had a ball as a kid and I don't have it anymore, but I was like, oh, I can remake the ball, and no, it's just not working. It's just not. It just doesn't want to go in. Oh my god. How reflective is that, by the way? Can you see how pissed I am through the reflection of this tiny little frickin' go in? Good. You just have to build like a man. When in doubt, smash the hell out of it. I do have balls. I'm not a dog. I'm just saying, as a kid, we had a toy, not a model, but we had a toy, and it was actually this size, actually, which makes me happy. But we had a toy for the ball, and it was just, I didn't know what the hell it was from, even though we had Gundam, we had a bunch of Gundam toys, but I couldn't remember that this was from Gundam, so we just had this, and I was like, this is really weird, but really cool. Hello, oh my goodness, oh, hello, thank you for the raid, Atya. Oh my goodness, hello everyone, hello. Ball is life, yes, we just bashed one of our balls in. Don't take that out of context, but it wasn't the fixture wasn't going in, so we just had to hit the desk really hard. Ayo? Hello new people. But we have two balls here. We're holding our balls, they're reflective, they might be doxing me right now, I don't know. That'd be great if I have to take down this stream, because if I zoom and enhance, you just see my face and I'm just super pissed as I'm trying to get this stupid fixture in. My balls, ball bashing to follow. Chat, you ever just take your balls in your hand and just, give them a good fondle, a good massage? It's a real hell of a thing. It's real, stress reducing just to play with your balls, Put them in one hand. Are you a main hand kind of guy, or you're a southpaw? Do you use your main hand when you play with your balls, or your offhand? Ooh. His balls seem like a very integral part of the stream. Oh god. You're a southpaw? Oh god. Ooh. Actually, let me get you a little more aligned. Oh, actually. Oh god, I just realized the screen is dark. Okay, but let's continue the build. But I hope Atya's stream was going well. She is a wonderful person, as all of you already know. Wait a second, what am I doing? I just started cutting out a piece without looking what I was doing. Wait a minute. Is any surprised that my streams take so long for building when I just start cutting things out that don't need to be cut out? Oh my goodness. I'm pretty incompetent. My hands and my balls, they don't discriminate. They can get rotated in the hand real nice. It's a real stress reducer. In all honesty, in all seriousness, it sounds like a joke, but I could imagine myself taking off all of like the extra bits from the ball and just doing this with them, you know? Whoop. And actually just playing with them like this. Just play with them with my balls. I could very much see myself doing that. Because they're just balls, you know? It's very natural for a man to have his balls in his hands. Oh. But never have another man's balls in your hands, unless you're into that, but you know. Ooh. Today, actually, I went to Hobby Lobby today to see what they had on sale, and it was an okay selection, but nothing that I didn't already have or was all that interested in. Let's get out these. Yeah, bye! Actually, I do really like having... There's no way not to have this sound suggestive. But I do like small, like, river stones. I love to have 2 small river stones and just to clack them together. That's one of my favorite, like, fidget tools. Because you can just have them slide against one another, and they always sound really nice when you just have them, you know, just clack, clack, clack. Yeah, it's cool that they're actually doing, that they're rotating so much, and that they are actually getting less, that they're actually getting rarer kits, or like, they're not getting, how do I put it? There's kind of a pattern to, like, Hobby Lobby kits. Like, they were getting more kits, but they're kind of also getting, like, still basic kits, but it seems that now, depending on the Hobby Lobby you go to, like, they're gonna have at least one, like, unique rare kit in their selection, if nothing else, which is really cool. Oh, I forgot in MS8 team that it's an orange ball. Ooh. Little known fact, Hobby Lobby engages in the import and selling of culturally and religiously significant artifacts in a bad way. Wait, what? They're Indiana Jones villains? What's going on? I mean, they're Mormons, so I mean, it's not surprising that they'd be a little silly billies like that. What the fuck is, why are they doing that? The hell? Good Geiger? I can't say that. I can't. That's okay. So that's one of the things I can't say apparently. We got a good new kit. That's good, man. I'll have to look that up after stream. Actually, I can just look it up right now. Lobby. Religious artifact? Religious artifacts is like the second thing that comes up. Hobby Lobby, the arts and crafts retailer, faced a legal repercussions for illegally importing and acquiring an ancient religious artifact primarily from Iraq, which were intended for Museum of the Bible. The art. Wait, what? The artifacts included a cuneiform tablet and clay puelet. What the? Were found. Wait, this is like shit that's like 5,000 years old. What the hell? They were found to have been smuggled into the USA and were subject to civil forfeit case. Hobby Lobby ultimately agreed to return thousands of these artifacts to Iraq and pay. What the? Oh my god! I thought it was one. Thousands. What? The... 3 million. What the hell? Did they like steal it from like the Bible Museum, or like were they planning to put it for the Bible Museum, or were they just planning to sell these things in there like in Hobby Lobby? What is this? Painting? You're gonna give me an asthma attack. Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, 2010 isn't recent, but during wartime. They got it from looting Iraq. Imagine it. The Crusades marching in Jesus' shroud, sponsored by Hobby Lobby. Buy your authentic piece of the cross today. Straight from the Crusades. How do we know this just isn't some piece of wood? It's a piece of the cross, trust us. You just dug this up randomly in the desert. It's a piece of the cross. What is this? What a silly place. Also, I wanna really quickly check something if you'll humor me for a second. I want to look at something real quick and make sure something's not broken. Okay. Thank you for being patient with that. Capitalism, baby! It belongs in a Hobby Lobby! What the fuck? Oh my god. What a silly world we live in. Hobby Lobby purchased over 5,500 ancient artifacts from the Near East, including cuneiform tablets, cylinder seals, and clay boule. These artifacts were falsely labeled as tile samples during shipping to avoid detection by... Oh my god. Yeah, I buy from a, I can't say what it is, but from a local hobby shop that's really good. I can't say where it is because it would, I mean, it would dox me within like 100-mile radius, but that's not the point. I live in America. 100-mile radius is not as big as it would be in Europe. We will all belong to Hobby Lobby one day. Those silly little Mormons. Ooh. Those Church of Latter-day Saints, those silly little fellas. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I might have to find my inhaler after all of that. Jesus Christ. Provenance issues. The artifacts were acquired from various dealers, and internal warnings about the questionable provenance of some of the items were reported ignored. The Justice Department stated that the acquisitions were fraught with red flags. I would fucking bet. Yeah, other places like to overcharge a little, but I find my local place, some places like will charge as much as Hobby Lobby does on like on the off weeks when they're not doing a sale. That's silly. Places that charge that much are silly, but as long as the place, like, you know, doesn't charge like too much, I'm fine. Like, oh hey, like the newest Zaku, if I saw it like for like $35, I'd be like, you're insane. If I saw it for $25, I'd be like, okay, well, with shipping and whatnot and what you're going through, that's actually like a reasonable price to be like selling it. And this is like the 230 something. This isn't like this is like the 232 or 234 Zaku. Not like the Zaku 17 from like back in 1999. Not that one. That one, if you see that one for anything more than $16, that's bullshit. That thing is like $16 at most. Probably $10. Ooh. How did I like Gurren Lagann? I love Gurren Lagann. It's I haven't watched it in a very long time. I like it. It might be. It's not been a decade, but I haven't watched it in a hot minute. It's definitely not been a decade. It cannot mathematically have been a decade. But I really, really like. I almost said Hobby Lobby like an idiot. Really, really like Gurren Lagann. It was something that I should have rewatched a lot sooner. It's one of my favorite anime overall. It's just it's a real great tool de force of just kind of having hope, believing in yourself, and blazing your path. It's a real nice story. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, you can actually, that's a problem that GW's been dealing with, is the fact that you can just 3D print their stuff, and their stuff is so expensive that, like, yeah, you should just 3D print their stuff, because it is this highway robbery. Legal disclaimer, that was a joke. You know, don't commit a crime and, you know, infringe on their copyright. I have to say this because I can get sued. But if I didn't have to say it, like, I mean, I probably wouldn't care as much. Ooh. But in all seriousness, it's just... GW is so underwater. Jesus Christ. They're like, the price on their kits is insane. And they go after their community so bad. Because it's like, oh, like, it doesn't matter what you do. They're going after cosplayers. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I don't think I've ever heard of, like, a company going after cosplayers for cosplaying. Because usually, like, that's kind of just, like, the thing you don't go after. But even GW is like, oh, you made a Space Marine helmet? Cease and desist, bitch. And it's like, who does that? They're selling like the Zaku 2, like the high grade 017. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, because it's that old of a kit. They're selling the 017 for $27. That's insane. That is insane price for that kit. It's not a rare kit. They reprint it all the time. That is just bullshit pricing. Sorry for cursing, but that is just absurd. Ooh. The Gurren Lagann movie? I've never bothered with the Gurren Lagann movie because I've just watched the anime, but I should probably watch the movie. I probably am depriving myself of something. Ooh. By doing that. It's been at least since 2011 since you've seen Gurren Lagann. You need to rewatch it, man. It's good stuff. It holds up. It holds up pretty damn well. Ooh. Actually, one thing I kind of like is just seeing all the... Because it was such a small... Like, Studio Trigger was so much smaller back then, or the people who made it, who would become Studio Trigger, were so much smaller that you can, like, see how they had to, like, cut corners in certain ways, but, like, still make it look good. It's really, in my opinion, very fascinating artistically seeing that. Ooh, it's a nice series. You totally aren't 3D printing. That's good, man. That's good that you're not printing those, because that would be very bad if you were. Also pretty cool, but I'm not allowed to say that. That was a joke. Don't sue me, GW. I know you're very litigious. Yeah, I was surprised when they hit cosplayers too. Like, I saw it on the Janovich, the guy doing the doing the Siege of Vrax videos. That guy, he's literally, after the Siege of Vrax is done, he's no longer doing Warhammer content anymore, because he's like, it's not feasible. Like, I will get sued by, like, eventually I will get sued by Games Workshop, because they're, like, actually tripling down on the thing that got Alpha Busa, you know, the text-to-speech guy, to stop doing If the Emperor Had Text-to-Speech. Like, they are getting worse somehow. I don't know how you get worse than what Games Workshop is already doing, but they're like, we could go deeper. They're like the opposite of Gurren Lagann. Gurren Lagann is like, we can always go higher. We can always go, like, we can always go up. We can always rise towards the heavens. GW is like, we can always dig deeper. We can always go deeper. We can get to hell yet. This is the drip. This is the greed that will burst through the ground and get us to hell. Oh my god. Yeah, the fact that they've gone lower than the TTS thing is just... Oh my god. That they were like, oh yeah, we'll sue you if you do parody of us, non-profit, we're gonna sue you. It's just like, Jesus Christ, who says that? You know you're bad when you're worse than Star Wars, because George Lucas was horrendously litigious, but George Lucas literally participated in parodies of Star Wars. If you're worse than, like, George Lucas on being litigious, you've gone too far. That man sued people for using the word droid. If you're worse than that, there's no saving you. Both movies? Okay, I should probably watch the movies tomorrow then. Ooh, I should be watching Gundam X, but you know, I mean, that's been 4 months. I almost said 4 years. That's like 4 months out of date. I'll get back to Gundam X one day, chat. One day. It's so good, but I'm so stupid. I keep forgetting to watch it. Trigun, I like Trigun a lot. Ooh. I want to read the manga because the anime had to like stop early because it caught up with the manga. I want to read the manga of Trigun and see how it is. But Trigun's pretty nice. Ooh. It's one of those older anime that has not the best dub, but like the dub is so old that you kind of forgive it to us in a sense. But I'm going to try to catch up to chat real quick. Oh. Okay, actually. Ooh. Let me... I'm gonna make sure I get your name real quick. So I can see that stuff that you're saying about. Ooh, because he said he showed something else on stream. Bro, what's the... That's insane. Just how the hell are you... Yeah, they're just shooting themselves in the foot. It's insane how Games Workshop is just so hateful towards their fans. It is truly, truly perplexing. You've played with your cat? Did your cat have a good time at you? Did you throw your cat in the air? Cats love that. When you throw them in the air, you know, when you spin them on one finger like a basketball, they love it when you do that, you know? Ooh. When you know, you just wrap them in the blanket and start swinging them around, they love it. Oh my god, the gnat, yeah, fucking hell. Ooh. Actually, that reminds me though of how I understand like respecting copyright as an artist, of course. Like I understand that. But like at a certain point, like I also understand like when you're young, sharing music and whatnot, which was really confusing when I offered my second cousin, because they're like, oh hey, I want to get Queen's greatest hits, and I was like, I have Queen's entire discography. I can just like put it on a flash drive and give it to you, you know? And then when you get money yourself, you can buy the discography yourself. But like in the meantime, I can just give you all of Queen's music. And they're like, no, that would be wrong. And I'm like, it's all of Queen's music. I don't think they're gonna mind. Like, ooh. Like, I still think you should support the official release, but I think that like, if you don't have access to it, I think it's okay to go with secondary sources. Like Gurren Lagann, you have to sell the 7 Seas for Gurren Lagann. Jesus Christ. Even on Crunchyroll, I think they have like a 360 like pixel version of it. It's awful. Like it's awful even more than normal for it. Gundam X more like another watch along for mobile. I need to rewatch. I have not watched G Fighter probably since I was a kid. That one I don't think I have watched it. That one I haven't rewatched in over a decade. Jesus. It's not been 20 years, because again, that's not mathematically possible, but... Ooh, well, I mean, wait. That mathematical... Hold on, let me do the math. When did it premiere in the US? Oh, it premiered before 2005, didn't it? So I guess that is mathematically possible. Okay, that one's mathematically possible. Ooh. So I might not have seen that in like 20 years, damn. I need to rewatch Gundam X. Not Gundam X, I need to rewatch G-Fighter. What? Oh, they're like the funky bug on a stick. Am I cutting out the correct piece? Yes, I am. Nintendo's pretty bad. Nintendo's pretty litigious, especially with the Pal World stuff. I feel like it's kind of damning that, like, Nintendo's not the worst of them. Like, that's what gets me. Nintendo's bad. Nintendo's real bad when it comes, like, because they sue people over stuff they don't need to sue people over, and that's like, what is it? Like, that's like Disney 30 years ago bad, which again is still bad. Still awful in all honesty. But it's insane to me that today that's no longer peak. That's like mid-grade on being an a-hole company. And that's crazy to me. In the day, that was like peak being an a-hole company. And somehow that's not the standard, thank God, but it's closer to the standard than it should ever have any right to be. I prefer WMA files over MP3 so much. I hate the compression on MP3s. If something is recorded in MP3, it's fine, but anything that's not recorded in MP3 converted to MP3 sounds awful. It makes me cry a little whenever I hear it. It's horrendous. And one day things won't support more complex file formats, and I'm just gonna have to suffer forever. And I'm not looking forward to that day. Jesus Christ. Nintendo is fucking... Like, I shouldn't undersell how bad Nintendo is. Like, just because there's people worse than them, Nintendo's still pretty damn bad. It's just the fact that it's more disappointing that, like, there are people worse than them somehow. Sony is worse overall historically, I would say. Sony's pretty bad historically overall. Ooh. Sony is the same company, though, that literally... Okay, how bad is Sony? I'm gonna go on a tangent real quick. How bad is Sony? When Michael Jackson was facing accusations against him, which were later shown to be so felonious, so just on their face, bold-faced lies, that a court case that was supposed to last, like, what? Over half a year got done in 4 months because the prosecution had so little to work with to get Michael Jackson. During that time, when their biggest musical artist was being falsely accused of diddling children, during that time, and if you don't know the whole case, actually Razor Fist has done a good breakdown of it. It's a really old one, but I forget what it's called, but if you just look up Razor Fist Michael Jackson, you can find a guy who actually does a breakdown on just why the accusations are felonious. But during that time, Sony actually purposely backed off from Michael Jackson, not because they were afraid of him being a brand risk, but because they wanted him to be weaker from the court case, so that way they could buy off the Beatles catalog from him, because he owned the Beatles catalog. Sony literally worked towards the sabotage of Michael Jackson for like 2 decades, contributing to his psychology, which would eventually lead to his passing, if you believe that he ended himself, that just to get his music catalog. That's how evil Sony is. Sony is an evil company. I don't like Sony. They're bastards. Sony is some of the most evil people in existence. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. They are terrible, terrible, terrible things. Okay, let me see here. Why don't you align? Why are you difficult? Why? Sorry, my apologies. Oh my goodness. Ooh. That is also true. There's like parts, Sony's so big that there's parts of it that are just innocent, just existing, not doing anything. And then there's this other parts of Sony that are just being the most evil thing in existence. And that's what makes it so, it's like Microsoft in that regard. Ooh. God, it's like a 343 would be, Halo and 343 would be so much better if Microsoft just just never got involved with Halo. If they were just like, hey, make a game, like, honestly, God, half of the problems that Halo has suffered from over the last decade has been directly because of Microsoft. And the other half of the problems have been because of Bonnie Ross. Bonnie Ross was awful, but Bonnie Ross is gone. But despite the best efforts of the new leadership of, like, 343 Industries, they're just still suffering because Microsoft just keeps going in and going, hey, we have to fire half your staff. And it's like, what? Yeah, we have to fire half your staff and replace them with, like, so that way they don't work for you for more than a year. So they're all, like, part-time workers and none of them can get benefits for working for more than a year. And it's like, why? Why would he... Jesus Christ, who does that across their entire company? Every part of Microsoft has to do that because that's just what Microsoft does. From 343, a small game development studio, small quote unquote, but a single game focused development studio, to like every part of Microsoft does that. They just have to fire like 1/4 to like half their employees every year and replace them. And it's just like, who does, like, what insanity is that? Oh god. This if you're asking me the grade, this is just high grade, and also I am losing my mind because these pieces do not want to stick in. This has worse alignment issues than the master grade Gundam. Ooh, this has really bad alignment issues. Nothing wants to line up, nothing wants to fit in place. It's really bad. I am losing my mind with this it's pretty bad. God. Yeah, the media, the only thing for Michael Jackson, the only thing the media loves more than a rising star is watching them crash. I am losing my brain though, because none of these pieces want to fit to... Do I have a hammer? Unironically, oh, Jesus Christ. None of these want to fit together. All of them want to be difficult. They want conflict, always. That's all they want. I am losing my mind with these... This one doesn't fit in correctly. I got that one's backwards. Wait a minute. That one doesn't... None of these went on correctly, and I don't... Where's my hammer? Sorry for shouting, but this is not a hammer, but I'm just... That's not gonna work. I need something heavy to beat this with. I'm actually upset. Oh my god, the polybat. NBA. Ooh. MBAs? Or do you mean MBAs? I am losing my mind fucking trying to build this. I'm going insane. Halo 3 Legendary Edition and ooh. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Halo 3 was a hell of a fucking game. Ooh. Its story was very kind of rushed in some aspects, but the multiplayer was ahead of its time in a lot of aspects, which is impressive considering it's like the first real multiplayer to do what it did in many regards. It's a real trailblazer, and I'm losing my mind trying to put this together. Get me a hammer, the Clarkson special, yes. Hammond! Oh my god, you know this would be about the right size for Richard Hammond. Oh my god, I'm so pissed. Oh, calm down, don't crash out. I fucking don't laugh at my pain. The thing is, with the ball, I could just grab it and smash it in. I could smash it into place. This is a cylinder. I can't. Where the hell is my hammer? I have a hammer somewhere. And when I find it, I'm gonna hammer the shit out of it. You have weight. You have weight. Okay. Wait a minute. This is incriminating. That I can't use. Don't worry about it. You have weight. Okay. I found something with weight. Master of Business and Administration degree. Nepo babies get instantly put into management corporations. Yeah. Okay. The thing is, my fingers are too big. Okay, wait a second. Okay, so this is too big because it's wider and it hits my fingers. This is. Oh my god. I'm just gonna. I just. You stop that. You get out of there right now. There's like no leverage point you can get on this, which is what kills me. You just can't. It's a cylinder, so you can't push it in. You're just doomed. I'm just not gonna put up with it tonight. My brain is shutting down. I don't want to actually start to have. I'm okay with having. Merrick, you're just dumb. Merrick, have you considered maybe you're just an idiot? Because that is not the right place. How did you even do that? Chat. This does not go here. It goes here. You see how that's a square? Okay, and it goes in like this. That's not a square. That's a circle. Okay? The peg hole. Wow. That got censored. Why would you censor that, Twitch? He's just having some fun. He's just allowing some fun terminology. Okay? He doesn't mean anything else. Twitch read into that. Twitch looked at that and thought you were being naughty when you're just talking about, you know, just general Gundam build. And before parts. Ooh. Could I have put like they're all identical? Is the thing. They're literally all identical. They're all the same number. It's not that I could have put them on the wrong cylinder. I somehow did do this. I somehow did assemble the one cylinder incorrectly. Don't get me wrong, but they're all identical. It's not like there's a right and left cylinder. It's just I don't know how they did. I don't know how they managed it. It's just. Hold up. I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna disassemble one of them and just look at it really hard. Okay, I'm just gonna look at this really hard. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, wait a minute. Fuck you. Fuck you, they were all wrong. Ah, that's even more frustrating. So there is a left and right side. I hate this build. I hate this build. I hate this build. I hate this build so much. I hate this build beyond my fucking life could imagine. Oh my god, fuck this build. I hate this build. How did I put them all? There were 4! How did I put them all on incorrectly? How is that possible? There are 4 of these. Surely I should have gotten 1 correct. Surely, by process of elimination, 1 would have been correct. But no, each one was wrong. I took off a piece and put it on a different piece, and it was still the wrong piece because they're sided. I literally rolled I flipped a coin. I flipped a coin 6 times and got heads every time. How? I wanted tails. How did I fuck up? How did I fuck up so consistently? How is that possible? What are the odds? The what? The what? Fuck you. Oh, that's how you're gonna. If that's how you're gonna be in. Ooh. Oh fuck. No, that's not correct. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's it? It's like a puzzle. This is. I saved you, man. My imperial nice. Oh my god. That's a fucking actual crash out. That's not my brain literally. That's not my brain falling apart at the seams. That's me actually losing my mind. And what happened to what happened to YouTube chat? It's gone. What happened to YouTube chat? What the? Hello, YouTube chat. Disappeared. Oh my god. Okay. This one is correct. This was supposed to be such a simple build. I was supposed to just talk about Gurren Lagann and relax. And I don't know what's happened and how I don't know how I keep fucking this up. It's impressive in its own way, but not in a good way. Ooh. This is just I hate this build so much. Oh, there's the 7th flip of the coin. There's the coin being flipped a 7th time and it's heads. Oh, wonderful. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh god, I'm so delighted. Oh god. You have a good one, Kayles. Whatever you're doing, meet with success. Better success than what the hell's going on with me right now. Oh my god. Actually. Oh, thank you for the follows, by the way. I didn't have my headset on, so I didn't hear the sound notifications, but thank you, Skeleton. Thank you, Damon. Thank you, Super Ninja Toe. Thank you, and thank you, I'm just gonna call you Asmol, but thank you, Asmol, as well. Ooh. Oh, and thank you, Vicarious. Thank you all who followed with the raid. Let me get YouTube chat back open, and YouTube chat is now blocking Twitch chat. Let me move that. I can do that past 10, but past 10, I just forgot to sleep before 10 is the problem. Ooh. Okay. Jesus Christ. And I thought, because I slept in today, I'd be fine, but I forgot also, I watched like 5 hours of Gurren Lagann before stream, and I was getting really into it, so my brain is kind of a little on that mode. I thought it would be fine. I thought like I'd be energized to talk about Gurren Lagann for another 10 hours. 5 hours. Please go in. Just go in. Just go in. Just go in. Just go in. You want to go in. You want to go in. I know you want to go in. Just go. Oh, thank you. Thank you. My rule is never stop until it's done. Oh, dude. Kamina would be so proud of you, man. Always move forward. That's the Gurren Lagann. That's the team Gurren way. Ooh. Oh my god, you never look back, you never give up, you just keep moving forward. Which one is left, which one is right? This one, okay. Okay. I'm looking at the pieces now, chat, so I'm not messing up again. Huh? I can learn, I can learn. The problem, though, with streaming this late isn't really the fact that the build is taking longer, it's the fact that it's actually a lot harder to read, which is why I had to cancel last week's, the second part of the King in Yellow reading stream last week, and it has to be this week because it's really hard to read when your eyes can't focus correctly. It's a real pain, in fact. God, my favorite kit I've ever built is still the Nightingale. I've done nothing special with it. It's not painted or anything. It's just, it was a straight build. No prep even on it, but it's still my favorite build because it was just so satisfying for some reason. I can't really explain it. It's just a really, really satisfying build. The Nightingale high grade. Also takes up a hell of a lot of space. I think I might have the Verka. I don't know if I do, but I might have the Verka Zazabi. Though actually I realized today that I have enough kits to do a big boy poll, which probably wouldn't be something until like August, because we're having... Oh shit, chat. Do you want to be participating in the poll for what we build next after this? Let me give you that real quick, because it's not on Twitch, I just realized. Let me send that to you guys on Twitch real quick, because I think you'd like to vote on this. Okay? The glasses are just floating there, don't worry about it. But let me get that for you guys. I feel terrible, because I meant to send it, but when stream started, it actually got rid of the comment that had it. So let me get that for you. It's gonna be a YouTube poll. So hopefully you have YouTube accounts. Yeah, I did the first 2 chapters of King in Yellow. I'm reading the whole of the King in Yellow. Because nobody told me that the King in Yellow was the length of a novel. So I had promised to read the entirety of the King in Yellow after I discovered, before I discovered that. And I'm not upset at anyone in chat. I'm not upset at any viewer. But my god, am I pissed off at the friends who did not tell me on and off stream that it is a full-length novel of short stories. That kind of made me upset. Okay, so... And let me pin that until I manually take it off. But there's the next Gunpla poll. It's for July, so it's red, white, and blue. I really hope I linked the correct thing. Let me check. Yes, I did. So on it is the Amazing Red Warrior, the Shin Matsunagu Zaku 2 High Mobility type, and the Zuda. Oh. And it's still technically anyone's game. There is a front runner across the 3 polls, because it's actually on Discord, Twitter, and YouTube. There is a front runner, but it's not beyond the margin of a comeback. And I'm not going to tell you who's in the lead, because I don't want to bias it. But... you say Cosmic Horror, I'm there, and I've finished my HP Love. Yeah, actually, I hope to do Call of Cthulhu after after the King in Yellow and then go into... My brain malfunction there. And then go into Frankenstein. I know Frankenstein's not cosmic horror, but we were supposed to do Frankenstein for July, but now it looks like we're going to be doing the King in Yellow and Call of Cthulhu for July instead. Ooh. But yeah, this week I hope to get at least 2 reading streams in for the King in Yellow. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, a lot of time. Yeah, actually, wait. What was I saw recently that was like a cosmic horror? I saw something recently that had. Oh no, Madoka Magica is technically a cosmic horror. I realized when I was rewatching it that that's technically a cosmic horror because just the powers that be in that universe just don't care for human existence. Ooh. Like, humans are literally just... Like, they're not meaningless, but, like, humans are just there to serve a purpose for, like, a higher power. And it is really, really just like, damn. That's, like, that's cold-blooded. Cold, yeah. So that's like a lot of magical girl stuff. It's actually funny when people call it like a deconstruction of magical girl. It's just that it has more of a focus on the like whole fighting against entropy theme. The fighting against entropy thing is just like kind of just normal magical girl thing. Ooh, it just has a little bit more of a focus on it. It's like when people go like, what is it? Evangelion's a deconstruction because like it shows a character actually having an emotional breakdown because, you know, they're a kid piloting a giant robot, and you just sit there having watched both Super Robot and like and Real Robot, and you're just like, oh, a character who's like a kid who's like, you know, traumatized from having to do things that a kid should never have to do, and it involves giant robots. Do go on. Not shitting on Evangelion, just the fact that like people will like praise it for that when, oh crap, when it's not the first thing to have done that. Ooh. Like they're praising it they're not praising Gurren, they're not praising Evangelion for its qualities. They're praising it because they're like, well, it's better than other things. It's like, well, like it's better than other things because it does things that other things do. And it's like, well, that doesn't make sense. Ooh. Again, not shitting on it, just shitting on some of the praise. You're a diehard Evangelion hater? I don't hate it. I'm just not a fan of it. My brother likes it, but I watched it and I was like, okay. I was fairly indifferent when I watched it. But I can't, I'm not an Evangelion hater, but sometimes I just cannot stand the people who gush over it in that way. I don't like that for anyone, though, to be fair. In any group where you have somebody who has to put something else down to raise something else up, it's always infuriating and annoying. And, chat, if you're wondering what I'm doing, these were supposed to go here, so I need to do that later. Because I don't think I can do that on stream, because these are not coming off with the gloves on. Yeah, I was not aware that The Amazing Red was that popular, though I feel like I should have figured that out, because during the Seeing Red stream, the Seeing Red poll, which is one that you guys wouldn't know of, so let me explain it. An earlier poll was Seeing Red, and on it was, you know, only red mechs, only red mobile suits. And The Amazing Red almost beat the Zazabi. It was so popular. And I feel like I should have seen The Amazing Red being as popular as it is coming. But I just didn't think about it. I was like, you know what? There's a white Zaku. That's gonna win. people love Zaku. And it's like, no, Merrick, you love Zaku's. Nobody else gives a fuck about Zaku's. Sorry for cursing. Nobody else cares about Zaku's. I was like, but Zaku's are so cool. You think Zaku's are cool. Like, you and Shagamabi think Zaku's are cool. You are not the majority. You are the minority. But it's a Zaku that has, like, extra thrusters on its legs. Nobody cares, Merrick. Oh. Oh, God, thank you. Zaku 2s are cool, but whenever I put them on a poll, they never win. Oh my God, every time I put them on a poll, I'm like, yeah, dude, this is just like, why am I even bothering with the poll? The Zaku 2's gonna win. And then I release the poll, and then everyone's like, oh, Amazing Red, Zuda. Oh, dude, those are really cool. Hey, there's also a Zaku 2 there. What? Oh yeah, I suppose there is. Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. It's this. I shouldn't be saying that because the Shin Matsunagi is still doing fine in the polls. Ooh. It's just that historically Zaku 2's just... Zaku's and Zaku likes have not done the best in polls. To my chagrin. There is actually a poll like that, believe it or not. There is a poll in the works that is that effectively. It's literally just like, hey, do you want me to build a Zaku 1, a Zaku 2, a Zaku Warrior, or a Zaku Mariner? I think that's literally one of the polls I have set up for the future. It's just all Zakus. It's just like, you're gonna pick a Zaku. You can't not pick a Zaku. Oh. Oh my God. Shinji! Oh, what the hell was that? I don't know, that was on my finger there. Shinji can be insufferable. You love your Zakus mainly because they means the main character is gonna be a war criminal and won't be a rehash of Gundam G. God. The deaths in the original Gundam, it's amazing. Like there are some horrific deaths in like a lot of Gundams. Pretty much if Tomino's directing, he's gonna include some death that makes you go like, damn, there was a dude inside that giant robot, and he's like, yeah, there was. By the way, here's another person. Want to watch him get vaporized? Well, no, I don't want to watch him get vaporized. Cool. Here's him getting vaporized. This is the guy going, ah! It's just like you see him just get torn apart on a molecular level, and it's just like, Tomino, I think you might have a problem. And Tomino's like, no. You want to watch a guy get crushed to death by a shield from a Gundam getting thrown into his cockpit? That sounds traumatic. No. It's gonna happen to a guy flying a plane. Oh, we're watching Gundam Seed now? That sounds hilarious, actually. I talk about horrific deaths, but that has to be one of the most horrific deaths in all of Gundam. The one in Gundam Seed, when a shield is thrown into a jet, and it rolls through the jet and decapitates the pilot. And I remember watching that and laughing my ass off. Cause Gundam Seed it's just not my thing. You can like it if you want, I don't care. Like, power to you if you do like it. But like, I'm not the target audience, I recognize that. So when that happened in Gundam Seed, I just lost my shit. I just started laughing uncontrollably like a psychopath. Because all I can think about is the fact that, like, this is trying to be like when Ryu died in Gundam. But Ryu sacrificed himself, and it was like this really emotional scene, and it's a scene that like made everyone lock in and realize this is war. But like when this guy died in his jet, it was so far later in the series, And he was just flying. He was just like, I'll come and help you. And it's like, no, you won't. You're dead. And it's just like, oh my god. It just had none of the weight. I think, yeah, his name was like Towel or something. I don't know, man. I don't remember it. I don't remember anyone's name from Gundam Seed except for like Athrun. Because his name sounds like Arthur too. Because I kind of think of him like Arthur. So I use like that. I don't remember the main character's name. I remember there was a crazy chick with pink hair. I thought she was really funny. She had a bad day. Her dad died and she decided to make that everyone else's problem. Favorite character, absolute psychopath. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Ooh. But I never lay into Gundam Seed because I always recognize the fact that I wasn't its target audience. Its target audience was like, was adolescent boys and girls. And I think it really does a good job at appealing to adolescent boys and girls. Its mechs are super toyetic. It has that rivalry between Athrun and main character, who I can't remember the name of. And then it has, but then it also has all, like, that's for the boys. But then it has all the love triangles and crazy stuff happening, which is just perfect for the girls. You know, all the drama, all the insane drama in that show, 10 out of 10 for girls, you know? But, like, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, yeah, this ain't for me. It's doing great at what it has a focus. It's doing great at it, but that focus ain't me. Oh, goddamn. The saddest death was monkeys in Gundam. They weren't doing nothing. They were just innocent little monkeys, man. God, the glow up of douchebag. I forget his name. But the guy with the purple hair from the original Gundam who piloted the gun cannon. I just remember him as douchebag because he was a douchebag. But douchebag, his glow up is amazing. Thing a legend. Ooh. Became like a secret agent. Also, welcome back, Kaze, because you said you're back. I should have said welcome back when you said that. Ooh. See that Zaku pilot? Yeah. That slash didn't kill him. And that rapid decompression did. And he turned into human spaghetti. Yes, exactly. God, it's just... Tomino has some problems. Ooh. Wait a minute, I just built 2 arms. I need to have 4 arms. I need Ben 10 forearms in here. Where are the other arms? Wait, what? Am I going crazy? Wait, chat, am I losing it? Wait. What? Wait. Chat, what? Wait. 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 Does this kit only come with 2 arms? Am I going crazy? Am I mad? Lacus Klein, pop idol during the day and Gundam thief during spare time. Kira Jesus, yeah, Kira, that's what Kira's such a basic name. That's like me forgetting a character named John Halo. Jesus Christ. In all seriousness though, Chad, oh, here's the other arm. Okay. I thought I was going crazy for a moment. I was like, I cut out the pieces. I can't see another sprue. Okay. I'm just sleepy. I'm just a little tired. But I don't feel tired because my melatonin is broken in my brain. So I don't feel tired after the time of 10 o'clock. I got a brain problem. Ooh. Yeah, Kai. Okay, I should remember Kai. Kai's such a simple name to remember. Ooh. I'm just so terrible with names, in all honesty. I am one of the worst people you will ever know with names. Ooh. Fuck you, piece. Sorry for cursing. That fell on the floor, though, and it made me upset. Made me very emotional. Yeah, his nickname is Kill 'em all Tomino. He's a little psychopath. He has problems and he works through his problems by just showing mass slaughter in cartoons. Absolute legend. I respect him 100%. I think, wait. I have clamps, but I don't think that's what you're talking about. Ooh. I have a sprue holder. I just never use it. So I could keep these organized. I'm just too lazy. I did check the runners. The problem is, though, that I have all the runners right here, and the runner I needed was right here. You see, that's just like, I can't function like that, okay? All the runners were right here, chat. They were right there. How is I supposed to see the runner that was right here? That was just right here, just 2 inches away. You can't expect me to see that with these glasses on, okay? They just kill your peripheral vision. It's the glare. The glasses just blind you on the sides with a massive glare. Can't see a thing. I'm blind. I'll let you... Oh. If you want to put in a link for it, I was gonna say, like, that could be done on the Discord, but actually, I don't allow links on the Discord because I forgot to turn those on. Now that I think about it. Could you tell me could you tell me the website on where to find it? I feel like that might be the safest option. Ooh. Okay, if it's just an Amazon link, I'd say shoot it. Ooh. Okay. If it's just an Amazon link, yeah, you can just send it this way. That should be something easy to authenticate, if nothing else. I was confused about the manual. I didn't even have melatonin. I was even melatonin drunk at that point. I was just confused. That was just my normal stupid self. That's just me looking at a manual and going like, I can't read. What are these words? I mean, like, I can't read this, chat. Fucking moon scribbles, man? I can't do that shit. That's way too complicated for my fucking Bakuna Gaijin brain. I don't see an A or B in there at all. Oh, wait, no, there's an A and B right there. Okay, wait, no, chat, we found an A and a B. We have found an A and a B after all. Well, shit, make me look stupid, why don't you? God damn it. Oh my god. 2 letters. 2 letters of the entire alphabet. I picked the 2 letters that are on that page. Okay, thank you. Ooh. Actually, to make sure, don't you dare roll off. Make sure I don't lose that, I'm just gonna take a real quick screenshot. Oh. Normally my Gunpla streams are supposed to be a lot more calm, but like, ever since I've started streaming later, there's been no calm. There's been no calm with the streams since I've been doing later. Ooh. At least they're not like the drawing stream. I will never understand why my drawing streams get existential, but they do. Every drawing stream I've done, it just becomes like a reflection on life and how you persevere through depression. And it's really heavy shit every time. That's why we don't do drawing streams all that often. Because I don't think people are into me just going like, yeah. People are me talking about the, what is it? The Stuntman Special. If you don't know what the Stuntman Special is, Kurt Cobain, that's the Stuntman Special. And me just like, you know, people don't appreciate jokes about that. So I'm also not allowed to make jokes about that, because one time I made a joke about that was a little too real and it pissed off a friend. And I felt terrible about that. Ooh. Ooh. Shog is a great creator. It sounds like her time at Off Guy actually went great. I haven't been able to catch up with her on Off Guy yet because I wanted to give her time to, you know, decompress and, you know, just like, she had a long weekend, so I didn't want to bother her immediately. I actually asked her, like, do you want to, like, talk about Off Guy now or or later? And she was just like, I just want to relax. And I was like, okay, I'll contact you in a day or two. Ooh. Yeah, but it sounds like her Off-Kai went really, really good. Her panel and whatnot. Oh, because she did a panel on Gunpla and kind of expanding Gunpla in streaming. In VTubing. And actually Gunpla seems to be getting more popular in general. Like, in general, but also in streaming, which is really cool. How did you make a ball of melted Games Workshop plastic, dude? What are you doing? Ooh. God. Yeah, I did that correctly. And this goes here. No, wait. This goes here. Wait. It started during the Witch from Mercury. What? Yeah, Witch from Mercury has opened it up a lot. Himmel, who's a guy on Twitter who's just been watching every Gundam series, got started on Witch from Mercury. He actually, like, watched Witch from Mercury, then went back, watched the first ever Gundam, and has just been working his way through all of them. He watched through Char's Counterattack. Then he watched G Gundam, he's watched Gundam Wing, and now he's on Gundam X. And it's just, it's an adventure to watch this guy just go like, wow, and then just make an analysis that's really on point for Gundam. And then you turn to the rest of the Gundam community and you go like, you see, it's not that hard to understand what Gundam is about. Like, no, Gundam is, no, the show from the, you know, this is not going to be a specific example, but with some of the things that people say about Gundam, it almost feels like one. But it's like, no, like, this show from... Oh. This show from, like, you know, the 70s is not having commentary from events that happened in, you know, the 2000s. You know, like, it has more of a timeless story. Like, its commentary can be applicable to events that happen later. But, like, it's more deeper, it's more general than that. God, holy shit, they have long arms. Ball fight! Okay. It's fine. We're good. Let's make some guns. Let's make Uncle Ted proud. That was a joke, Twitch. That was a joke, YouTube. YouTube, don't brand me as a terrorist organization, please. Don't do that, bro. That would be very uncool. Fun fact, if you read Uncle Ted's book, and if you don't know who Uncle Ted is, I can't say his name because you'll get shadow banned on YouTube. And I have been shadow banned on YouTube too many times for saying his name to say his full name. But Uncle Ted, if you read his manifesto on YouTube, you will be labeled as a terrorist organization on YouTube. And that's why we can never read Uncle Ted's book about industrialization. That's the one reading stream we can never do on YouTube. We can do it on Twitch, but we can't do it on YouTube. Funny man, Uncle Ted, yeah, dude. You know, Uncle Ted the plumber. Yeah, Senna Bonbon got labeled as a terrorist organization, which is weird because she's a single person. But Senna Bonbon got labeled a terrorist organization, and several other VTubers got labeled as terrorist organizations for reading Uncle Ted's book. So if you ever want to stream on YouTube and you want to do a reading stream, don't read that. Because Senna Bonbon was not a big VTuber. But they really don't like it when you read that book. For some reason. No, it starts with a K and ends with a Y. Sounds like Kowalski, but it's not. Wait a minute. I want to build the two different types of guns. Ooh. It's weird because you can actually read other things on YouTube which are far more inflammatory than Uncle Ted's book. Not to say Uncle Ted's book isn't inflammatory, but you can read far more inflammatory things and YouTube's just like whatever. But industrialization, now if you read that, there will be consequences. Come on. I don't know. Oh, these are the wrong pieces. I think those sprues are empty, so I'm gonna throw them over there. If I need anything from the bee sprue chat, just tell me it's on the furniture. Kentucky. Oh my god, Kentucky. Oh god, he definitely had that, you know, he definitely had that, World War II pride, World War II, I'm really tired. Civil War pride of saying F the government. He at least had that going for him. Yeah. Ooh. It's on the furniture. Don't be my... What are you? You are... That's literally boomer law. That is boomer. That is boomer what you just did. Ooh. I know a boomer who does that. My father does that. He's... Every time I'm like, hey, can you like remind me to do something? I will just feel my pocket rumble with the vibration of my phone, pull out my phone, and it says, hey, Merrick, remind me to remind you. And I just look at him. It's gotten so bad that he will like, that I will tell him to, I will remind him something. He will pull out his phone and I say, don't you fucking dare. Sorry for cursing. Ooh. Every time. He's incorrigible. Ooh. But, how long is this stream? 2.5 hours. Probably gonna be the only Gunpla stream this week. There's always a chance I'm gonna do a touch-up stream, but, I'd rather save the touch-up stream for like another time where I just have nothing to do like I had for these guys. These are like a bi-week stream, so that's why I'm doing them. Because we are doing next week, we're doing the Hobby Hyzak from... Oh shit, wait, when are we doing the That's a little confusing. It'll still be June, I think, but whatever. But we're going to be doing the Hobby Hyzak for, you know, the start of July, because it's red, white, and blue. And yellow, but ignore that part. But it's red, white, and blue like the American flag for July. And I just think it'd be fun to build. Hey? That seems a little annoying. There's enough pieces for you to build 2 guns. But because this is a core piece in both guns... Wait, no. Okay, no, I misread it. Okay, so I need to get C8. Okay, so no. You can build all of the guns. I think. Where's C8? Did we cut out C8? Oh shit, we cut out C8, chat. Chat, where's C8? I found it. It was right here, chat. Right there. It's on the furniture. No, that's the sprue. It's the sprue that's on the furniture. I accidentally cut these out early, and there's just a piece that I cut out early. So this can go in there, and this can go in there. Because I won't be needing those tonight. I'm so happy to have a ball, though, again, chat. I'm like a dog. I'm just so happy to have a ball. I lost my ball, and now I'm so happy to have him back again. Okay, so I need... Why is there like a little handle on this? The ball is one of the saddest pieces of just military equipment. Like, it's meant to be, again, just this thing that shows how far behind the Federation is. But it's still so sad. It's just this... It's just this, like, little... It's the equivalent of like putting a turret on a tractor. It's just like the spirit's there, but it's not really practical, is it? Yes, he had plot armor though. You see, he had a special orange ball that was unique and therefore could survive getting direct shots from Zaku somehow. Ooh. Like, it was really cool when he had like when he's holding the piece of like sheet metal, like plate up from like a ship's hull and using that as shield. But then he just like throws it away, if I remember, and just gets directly shot on by the test Zaku, and it's like, okay, well, that was really cool until he, you know, should have died. But this is the same guy who literally has the equivalent of like... he has a Zaku machine gun fire off right next to him, and the shot misses him by inches. And it's like, okay, yeah, but the air pressure would have still killed him, because, like, that's a lot of air pressure. Like... Ooh. Like, he's at the mouth of a howitzer. Like, it could have been a blank, and it would have still killed him, because that's how much, like, propellant is in a round like that. It's just like... Yeah, but like, you gotta remember, he's the main character. My apologies. How could I make such a mistake? Got a bunch of Imperial God. Like literally 600. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of Imperial God. Like, I don't fucking play Warhammer because it was a little too pricey for me, but I know fucking 6... Jesus Christ, like, you only need a normal army for those who don't play 40k. Like, I think normal matches or small matches are like 2,000 points. So this guy got like, and like that's of like mixed like things, like with vehicles, and like the vehicles are worth like a lot more points than infantry. So this guy has like a lot of dudes, is what he's saying. Ooh, 8th edition with a 200 Cadian troops. I needed like 24 for some benefits, and the offered the I would sell them, and I needed for Oh, what? Wait, what? Painted them with nail? Okay, so like that's... Oh god, there's ways to get rid of paint, but like how the fuck... Oh, you have to get like nail polish, like, oh, and that melts plastic, like the stuff that gets rid of nail polish. That shit melts plastic. Why would they paint it in nail polish? That's awful. Like, wouldn't that melt? Actually, wouldn't the nail polish? Oh god, nail polish remover melts plastic. Like, I don't know how you're gonna fix that. Shit. Don't forget that Shiro survived when the enemy fires in MG near. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. This machine gun would have torn. Like, he just has that armor. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, and it's driving me a little insane. Am I lining it up wrong, or? I think it's just... Okay. This entire kit is just a testament to patience with alignment. Let me snip this and then go back to reading chat. Okay. Yeah, again, like, most of those points are in the mechanized. Ooh. So having just 2,000 of straight dudes is just an absurd amount of fucking models. So some of the mom's nail polish remover from Q-tips, and it came right off. Okay, I'm happy to hear that it didn't melt them. Jesus Christ. God, like, I remember seeing nail polish remover literally melt plastic before, so I was really concerned, man. Ooh. Okay. I'm happy to hear that turned out well. This kit is a lot harder than it has any right to be. I'm not saying it's hard. Like, I've made the mistakes with, like, with the pontoons and whatnot, but, like, it is... I fucking hate my life sometimes. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm... Oh! Oh my God. Oh my... So chat, I don't think I've ever stated this on stream, but when I was 10 years old, I was medically diagnosed with OCD. I cannot convey to you how pissed this makes me. I cannot convey to you how upset this makes me. And how much I want to fix that right now, but I know I need to work on this. You might be surprised that I have OCD. But trust me, my lifetime, if you knew my backstory, you'd be like, okay, well that explains the inconsistencies. Oh my God. They're like twin units. They're not symmetrical. Well, no, they are symmetrical. They're mere reflections of one another. Ooh, they're mere reflections, chat. They're twinsies. Oh my God. I really I just keep flipping that coin. Chat, if you want to go to a casino and lose a shitload of money and not make a single dime back, I'm your guy, okay? You want to lose all your money at a casino with no possibility of hitting big? Call me up, bro. I'll be there for you. My brother Meyer has all the luck. My brother Meyer can roll 3 Yahtzees in a row. I don't know if I've gotten a Yahtzee in my entire life, chat. I don't know if I've ever gotten one, man. It's a hell of a life. Oh God. All my luck is by not dying. By which I mean, did I put that on wrong? No, I put it on correctly, thank God. By which I mean, I one time slid through an intersection, then 5 seconds later, no, 3 seconds later, a semi-truck drove through the intersection that I slid through. If I was 3 seconds later, I would have died. Now that's lucky. I'd be so dead right now if I was 3 seconds later. My brake line was cut. It was so cold, it cut my brake line. I didn't know it could get that cold where I live, but apparently it can. Gazelle. Ooh. Oh, I saw Into the Future. It did melt the plastic. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. No, I thought it was a happy ending. I thought you, you know, used just enough. Oh, no. One Paul pontoon, looks like it. Ooh. It looks like an eye, the other one. Oh, my God. Let's put his hat on. I cannot tell you how happy this makes me for no particular reason. It's because it's nostalgic. The ball I had was missing both of its arms, but it still had its cannon. And I really liked it because it still had its cannon. It was an adorable little thing. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. You got home, grabbed all of the models and put them in some Tupperware. Oh no. Oh no. Oh fuck. Oh no. You got home, grabbed all of the models, put them in some Tupperware, and poured the entire bottle of acetone into it. Oh, it's not done. This man, he's sharing. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Is this what a priest feels like when he's hearing confessional? It started working instantly. Oh, that's not a good thing, chat. That's a bad thing. It sounds good, but it's not. I smiled to myself and walked inside to grab my drink. Oh, dude, it's just the mistakes are piling up. Oh, God. Oh, God. By the time I walked back outside, it was too late. The Fire Nation attacked. No, sorry. I dumped all of the acetone out, and I was left with $200 worth of GW plastic melted into a horrific visage. Oh my God, you're a chaos god. Oh my God. And then Hagrid came in and went like, Hagrid came in and said, "You're a chaos god, Harry." Oh, fuck me. That's horrific. Let me put this on. It wasn't complete, chat. I forgot to put this on. Oh my God. I read it correctly. Okay, I didn't communicate that I read it correctly. But yes, one's an I, one's a minus. I read it correctly. I just didn't say it correctly, okay? Listen, it's your ears that are wrong, okay? I said it right, you just heard it wrong. That's what happened. What the hell are we doing here? How are we still building this? It's almost 3 hours. What the hell am I doing? What has my life become? Why are we alive? Maybe I should become an anti-spiral. Just become an absolute hater. Just be a sad sack. I'm keeping these sunglasses on for the rest of June, by the way. It's gonna be really confusing when we do the Gunpla build next week, but you know what? I don't care. I'm keeping these sunglasses on. You can't make me get rid of them. They're too chic. Fucking. I know he's doing. Yeah, that's Thousands of Souls cried out. I know it's 40K, but I just can't. I just have to think of Obi-Wan when you poured all that acetone on and him just going, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just felt the cries as though thousands of souls. I just felt a force as though thousands of souls cried out in terror, and then were all silenced at once." Oh my God. Oh. almost put this together without putting this on. That would have been embarrassing. This goes like this. I know the line on the pontoon. Gee, I know you said that before I had made the clarification, but ooh. Okay, I need to read the continuation of this saga. Thankfully, it only costed me $20. But oh, because you only bought it for $20. God, that was such a steal. That was such a steal until it wasn't. Until you blew it. But we took them and mashed them into a ball, then hung it in my local game store with a plaque that said "Do not use acetone on GW plastic." I can. Oh god. Yeah, you can post if you want to post that on Discord. I am in Shog's Discord. Ooh. If you want to do that on her Discord, or if you want to post it on my Discord, you can post it on either Discord if you want. Ooh, I don't know if you're in my Discord or not. Ooh. But I'll be able to see it on either one, because I am in is Discord, and I'm trying to put that on wrong, because my brain is just malfunctioning. The Ball of Shame. Sadly, it's lost. Otherwise, I'd make it into a warp beast. That would be a good warp beast. If it, like, melted enough to get them all into one piece, but you still have a few faces visible, that's ideal. Okay, sorry about that. I died a little inside there, as you heard, chat, because I put the guns on upside down! Let's go! This is just like the worst shit ever. The level of incompetence on this stream. Oh, fuck me. I'm not even drunk on melatonin. I just have a buzz. I'm just buzzed on melatonin. I don't even have enough melatonin to be drunk. I'm just fucking crashing out over nothing. Here's my beautiful balls, chat. They're completed now. Oh my god. Like I said before, I say it again, skill issue. It is a skill issue. That was before you said that before I even fucking fucked up the guns there. Oh god, don't worry. I'm slow at reading chat, but I'm trying to keep up with you guys. Okay, I'm very tired. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. I was trying to take the gun off and it pulled off his entire top of his head. Okay. But here are the balls with their very reflective visors, which make me a little upset. Ooh. Wow. But, yeah, beautiful kits for how simple they are. Very nice. Don't need a lot of prep. They should only take, like, you 2 hours to build, unless you're really incompetent and they take you, like, 3 hours. That would be embarrassing, though, you know. But here they are. They're pretty cool. You have, I guess these are beam rifles on the top of its head. And then you have the howitzers. Don't forget to put on these parts like me. I'm a little stupid. What song is playing right now? Is it Madama Butterfly? It is Madama Butterfly! You saying it suits the mood right now. I was like, oh, there's only one song on the track that could be. It's not, you know, Yankee Doodle. It's not gonna be Dixieland. It's not gonna be American Fantasia. It has to be Madama Butterfly. Oh, God. That'd be more impressive if there weren't only 15 songs on the BGM. Never mind, you're dumb. Oh yeah, sure. I'll before we end, we can do that, I guess. Oop. I'll have to like save them and like transfer them over, but Oh, you posted. Okay, you posted them in my Discord. Let me. Oh my god. Oh, that poor thing. Oh, those poor bastards. Oh my god, you even melted. Like, they didn't even melt all the way. I thought they were, like, actually in, like, a ball. You just let them melt all the way. No, they're just congealed together, all in, like, their shape. But they're, like, they all have their form, but their shapes have, like, melded. Oh my god. Let me... I don't know where to put this. Okay, so let me go to Drawing of the Day. Browse. No. This is going to be in the Zaku's, and it's going to be... I don't remember what the image was called. There it is! Oh, it's really tiny. Really tiny. But chat, do not use nail polish on plastic, on model plastic. That shit will melt. Do not use it on glasses, on the plastic for glasses either. Because that will also, actually no, it will melt your lenses. That's what happened to me. Because I broke my lenses and my dad tried to fix the glasses. And he messed up the glue a little, so he got out some nail polish remover. Because that would like destroy the glue. Also destroyed my glasses. So I had to get new lenses. Oh, dude, it's nice, isn't it? We all make mistakes, chat, but what's important is that you don't dwell on them, you move forward, and you keep on rocking. And I might have to... Ooh. But that is the stream, so I'm gonna look for a place to send you guys out to. Ooh, on both YouTube and Discord, so give YouTube and Discord. I'm very tired. YouTube and Twitch. I don't know if even anyone's over on Kick. No one's on Kick. Okay. That doesn't matter. Kick it in. Ooh, if somebody's over on Kick. Okay. Oh my god, yeah, the horror, the gore. Oh, let me make my head go away. Okay. And I'm going to first go for YouTube. Just... Wait a minute. Because my brain's a little malfunctioning, but usually I can find people a little faster on YouTube, so... I'm just gonna find somebody on YouTube real quick. I did Powerlines last week. They're not streaming. Screw it, I'm just gonna give you Powerlines. On YouTube, I'm gonna give you Powerlines. He's doing Phasmophobia. Okay. Oh wait. So there you go, YouTube. He's not simul streaming. So let me look for a place to send you beautiful people on... Are those upside down? You beautiful people on... Twitch. My brain is melting before your eyes. Yeah, you can pick out the models. I thought it was just gonna be just, again, just a ball, but no, it is an amalgamation. Oh my god. No. My head just... I lost my head. That happens sometimes. It's a risk of being a Doulahan, but let me... find a place to send you beautiful people off to... on... I'm gonna first see if anyone I'm following... No, because it's so damn late. There might be one person. Oh! That looks interesting. I don't know who this is. But, oh no, please. Oh, that person's not streaming. What are you building? I'm going to send you over. Yeah, I'm gonna send you, if my brain allows it, over to somebody else who's building. And they're actually building, and they have... Ooh, I forgot, the whole reason I watched Gurren Lagann was for Men's Mental Health Month, but I'm so tired I forgot about that. If you have not watched Gurren Lagann recently, watch it again, because it is fantastic for men's mental health, unironically. Absolute godsend of a series for the masculine brain. I don't know why, probably because it just speaks to, like, dudes on a spiritual level. You know? It's not simply the urge to die for, like, you know, a cause. It's the urge to thrive and live on for a cause and pass on, you know, your knowledge. But let me get you this raid. So, I really need to get better at rating. There they are. Okay. So that should be the raid for Twitch. Thank you for joining us, both Twitch and YouTube. Have a great day, a wonderful life, and please remember, don't lose your heads. This has been Merrick Vespa signing off from me to you. We will be back later this week with The King in Yellow and some other stuff. We have to play more Clair Obscura, because that game's as fun as hell. But, vaya con Dios.